Hey guys, Congray here, and today we are reviewing the T-22 medium, and we're not even going to play the game. But there is going to be a replay featuring the T-22 medium and Vishaw. And some of you are like, oh man, another Vishaw replay? What about the ones I sent you? Don't worry, I have the ones you guys sent me. We'll get to them, but right now I'd like to jump onto a relevant video, which is this. He warned me, saying it's really bad, people shouldn't buy it. And he is a fantastic player. He played it 127 times to get to that third mark. He's 3-marked almost every tier 10 in the game. He knows what he's talking about. When a fantastic player picks up a tank and they say, wow, this is not good, even though they're still dishing out big damage, it's not good. And he said it was insanely hard to dish out big damage because the DPM is so bad. This is considered the worst Soviet medium tank on PC, and we got a nerfed version here on console. It's even worse here. Remember that. And tanks like the 430 now have pinpoint accuracy and really good armor. Those are what it has to compete against. So let's get into this. Hit points, 1900. Whatever. Engine power, 650. That's actually been nerfed from the PC version, which is 750. So you're actually a bit slower, a bit sluggish here on console. Hull traverse, 38. I believe that's the same. No, it is 40. So that's been nerfed. And turret traverse is 28. That's been nerfed from 30. So it's the overall, this tank is not only did it get its engine power nerf, which will reduce its turning abilities on medium and soft, but it also straight up got its turret and hull traverse nerfed, which will nerf it all across the board. So yeah, but the armor is the saving grace on this tank. 180, 80, 230, 170, 140, and you're thinking 180, 80, that's less than the 430. Why is that the saving grace? Well, it's not the front. The front is garbage. Don't rely on the front. It is actually going to be the side. It is 80. Let's get to the live here. Look at this. So if you're fighting like this, don't do this. Everybody's going to pen you. But if you're fighting like this, you can even keep going. You can go as far as this and still have an auto ricochet. Because this is 80, only the Jagdpanzer U100 and FE 4005/183 can actually overmatch this. You can bounce anything with this angle. So they can only shoot you here. Don't rely on the turret too much, though, because actually the turret is pretty weak. You can pen yourself here and here. And then, of course, you've got tank destroyers and such. The cupolas are small. They are weak, but they are very small, hard to hit. Don't try to reverse side scrape. Unfortunately, you have to go at this angle to get your gun down because you don't have gun depression over the back. And now your armor is irrelevant. If you do completely reverse side scrape, you won't be able to get your gun down. But hey, maybe you can get people to bounce off of you. And you also have this strip up here that people can pen, which, oh, you have that on both sides too. So if you're fighting this and you can only see this strip, this is where you want to shoot. Don't shoot too low. Don't shoot too high. Don't shoot really low. Right here in this strip. It's got to be a tough pen. Very much like the M103 where it trolls you with its side. So keep that in mind when you're fighting this. The side is its saving grace. What else do we have to talk about? Gun depression 5, gun elevation 16. The gun is a 320 alpha gun with 264 pen. Standard pen, which is normal. Aim time 2.4. Accuracy 0.38. That doesn't really matter here on 6.0 anymore. Rate of fire 6.38 rounds a minute with 9.4 seconds reload and 50 shells. If you've ever played a Soviet medium and you've been carrying, you know you can run out of ammo. I've done it before, having big games in Soviet mediums. It's going to be harder for you to run out on this thing. Why? Because, believe it or not, 6.38 rounds a minute is 3 rounds exactly less than the 430, which is 9.38. You are taking longer to load than the NATO 105s at tier 10, and you have a 320 alpha damage gun. You are gonna get, if you go into a fight, what a Patton can do to you is he can take 1 hit from you and then put 2 into you and pull back. A Patton with 390 alpha, you have 320. So yeah, what kind of DPM are we talking here? All right, regular Soviet medium. This thing, you have 1,000 less DPM. You are arguably worse than the K-91, because at least the K-91 has a super accurate gun. Not that that matters anymore. Super high penetration, super fast speed on its shells. Better rate of fire than this. Better camouflage. More gun depression. It's a niche tank. The K-91 is a niche tank. It has something special about it because it's different. This kind of isn't. It's a Soviet medium. And yeah, you got that weird side armor. But that's it. it plays like a regular Soviet medium with no DPM. So, do you really want to invest? Actually, wait, let's go back to that screen. Do you really want to invest? Let's see how much. At its cheapest, 23,000 gold, which meaning you have to buy a $100 pack to get this. Do you really want to invest $100 in the worst tier 10 medium possibly in the game? At least probably the worst tier 10 Soviet medium? Do you want to spend $100? Well, that's for you to decide. Or you can get the primed and spend even more. Because, yeah, okay. Anyway, now let's get to this replay that Vishaw has sent us. What you got for us here? He is on Malinovka, and he said it's a bit of a carry, but he said he had to try so hard to get this damage going. Almost, it's an 11-minute replay, so let's get into it. He's very top tier here. Oh, it didn't play. It started over. Fantastic. So on Malinovka here, there's just 3 tier 10s on the enemy team. The rest are tier 8s and 9s. Pretty much dream matchmaking you want. There is artillery. And I was watching him yesterday, and holy cow, it was like a clown fiesta. The amount of artillery in the queue right now in the matchmaking is ridiculous. And I think the reason being is because artillery, it hasn't really gotten any worse to play at all. It's the same thing. You're just viewing from above, shooting people who are there playing the game. Not shooting people who are camping. Nobody does that. People just shoot people who aren't camping, who are in the front line, which is the opposite of what artillery is intended for. And now you're more accurate. Now you reload faster. Now it's artillery is better. And so people are playing that instead of regular tanks. There's so much artillery in queue. It's ridiculous. And that of course hurt him a lot as he was going for those marks. And then he got a game where there was no artillery, and it's like, what? It's pretty crazy. It's like, wow, look at this. There's no artillery in this game. Let's watch this. But there is artillery. It's Malinovka, standard battle, corner to corner, perfectly fine. It's whatever, a normal map. There's only like 3 maps in the game right now, so obviously it's gonna be like Malinovka or Pilsen, or maybe he'll get like Mount Bass, right? Those are like the 3 maps in the game right now. Oh, there's also Sand River. Okay. Yeah. So, and I think for me, that was kind of another selling point why I decided I'd be done with the game for now. It was just to get stale. It was already kind of stale, but then just to get rid of... Okay, there's 72 maps. Now there are, to be serious, 11 maps in the queue right now, out of 72. If the game is already kind of stale, that's really going to make it stale. And holy cow, that guy's dead. I don't know what killed him. We don't know what killed him. We don't know who has shots on him. Who had shots on him. Unfortunately, the game doesn't tell you that anymore. But there you go. He puts a shell into that waffle. Gets 400 assist along the way. Fantastic. And his reload is done. It's a long reload. Longer than the 105s. Longer than the 105s. In fact, while we wait for him to get out of this conglomeration of tanks, let me go see exactly what the rate of fire is on the E50, the slowest 105 rate of fire, other than the Progetto. I just want to see what that thing is and how comparable that is to this in regards to rate of fire. Okay, E50. E50M. There we go. I clicked on it. Because we're on their website. There we go. 6.12 rounds a minute, which is just a bit slower than the rate of fire of 6.38 on this thing. Yowza. Yowza. Now we're going to go a little bit extreme. I know we're going to go to Japan here. Let's see if he puts a shot in. Yes, he does. He does. Good job in the IA-7. We're going to go to Japan now and take a look at the STB-1 with its 105 millimeters, 7.5 rounds a minute. You have more than one round. You go from 6.38 in this thing to 7.5 rounds a minute in a 105. Doing 390 compared to the 320. So yeah, pretty ridiculous. I'm just trying to help you guys make sure you do not buy this tank. If you're going to buy a premium, a Russian medium premium, you should just buy the 907. 907 isn't... I love the 907, but I know a lot of people don't like it as much as the regular Russian mediums. So better yet, save up 450,000 free XP and research yourself a tier 10. Go through the T-54, or even better, go for the 430 version 2. Then you have 3 10s you can get. And I think they all unlock at the same time nowadays. And the amount of XP it shows you need is how much you need for all the tanks up that line. So if it says, oh, you need 700,000 experience, you're like, oh, I can't believe going from tier 9 to 10 to 700,000. No. It's from where you are. So if you're at tier 4, you just need 700,000 experience to get from tier 4 to tier 10. That's how it works right now in the tech tree. Super confusing. They don't explain that whatsoever. So, you know, it is what it is. But he's up to, he's lost the, well, he didn't technically lose the hill. I mean, yes, I guess he did because his team lost the hill. So the hill is lost. And so he's pulled back here where he's fairly held down. His camouflage is working for him. So he must have a camo crew in here, or maybe this is just the base camo was actually good enough, where he was able to shoot that 57 heavy, not spotted until he fired, should I say. So that's pretty good. Here comes a Nomad. He's going to keep him spotted, most likely. Yeah, so the news. Shell goes in between the poles. Pretty funny. But people are putting shells in. Already misses. That's good. 5 degrees of depression 6 would be nice. Maybe just give it a little bit more of a niche, this tank. I don't know. But take it from... Can that go through at that angle? I don't know if that can go through at that angle. Those things are wily tanks. Well, maybe he can. Maybe he can't. Oh, don't worry. He's activated his food. So now he's still got a long reload. Oh, that guy was able to beat his repairs. Normal Russian mediums are great at keeping people perma-tracked. You'll lose that with this one. You don't get that. But, oh, you think somebody tracked? Don't be silly. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen, especially now everybody's reload speeds are like much faster now. So even people without repairs, you will beat. Even if you're fighting someone without repairs on their tank, they will beat your speed with this gun. Even maxed out like he is. He had his food going and everything. And it was impossible for him to keep him perma-tracked. Unless he's probably minus 7% health and he's like me and he's using Last Stand and Adrenaline Rush, which probably typically isn't a great choice, as those get rid of 2 slots you could use them for something else. But I think it's hilarious, and that's the only reason I use them. But alas. Like I said, that does get rid of stuff. But his team is losing. They're down 4 tanks. He's still in this position. Already still exists. Life is tough. Oh boy, and here they all come. They're like, let's go, boys. But the Nomad got singled out and is dead. Gone. Reduced to ashes. The Dragon is also a one-shot, so hopefully he'll finish him off here. Aim it up. Boom. Down he goes. Now he's got a Dread Dozer. Not a scary tank in regards to DPM or firepower or anything like that. But if you are a tier 8 and you're fighting one of those, it can be kind of scary, because they are incredibly difficult to kill in your other tier 8s. Now, he doesn't use the compass map, so I wonder if he notices the heavy tank behind him. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But that's why I prefer, look at him go sideways on. The guy didn't shoot him, so we didn't actually get to see the armor there to its fullest. But I would love to see people shoot him in the side here. That'd be amazing. Oh, by the way, the game is tied. Enemy team having all tied. There's a Type 4 heavy. He's loaded his heat shells, or he is loading his heat. Absolutely, I 100% agree. I'm shooting those Japanese artillery tanks on tracks with my heat. Okay, they're not as bad as artillery by any means, but they are kind of idiot-proof. You play them, and you hope people don't shoot you with premium. That's how you play a Japanese heavy. Specifically the tier 10. The tier 9 still has weak spots. The tier 10 has no weak spots. So it's literally... By the way, the lower plate is not a weak spot. You just want to shoot as flush as you can. The lower plate is actually thicker and slightly angled. You don't want to shoot the lower plate. But lower plate is weak spot. Cool guy, I'm almost all tanks. Yeah, not on those ones. Like I said, kind of a dumb tank. He puts a shell into this guy. But don't worry, he'll be loaded soon. He's still loading. He's still loading. There we go. He fires, and he hits him. He finishes him off. Great shot there, blind. I give you a clap with my gloves on if you better. And now he's got this Type. He's up to 4,500 damage. Artillery still exists. At this point, I know I'd be a greedy boy. Oh, he's low on health. Doesn't even matter. I was gonna say I'd be a greedy boy and just YOLO him. I'd yeet and delete. But that's just me. Maybe that's why I'm not the best player. Put the heat shell straight through. Why not? Why not? You've got the heat loaded. Just put it in. You know. That's what he's doing. Already misses. That's good news. Puts a shell and it bounces off, but he bounces his return shot. That's good. What gun is he using? Oh, he's using the big derp gun. So he likely had heat shell loaded, which doesn't have much pen and did not penetrate our hero in his T-22 medium. The trash 22 medium is what we'll be calling it today. The dumpster fire that is Actually, you know what? If you're playing a dumpster fire game, you may as well play a dumpster fire tank. I think that's completely fair and reasonable. He's gonna put the shell in. Will he finish him off? Yes, he does. Straight in. Down he goes. Fantastic. Let's go find this pig. Does he find the pig? Does he kill the pig? We'll go to here. There's the pig. He found the pig. Not moving. And already finished him off. Good job, pig. Standing still. Top-down view. Didn't realize he was spotted. And died. Artillery. Those are the best players in the game, by the way. Let's see here. Does he score top? He does. 4,999 damage. Not a super flashy game in regards to damage, but that is okay. He demonstrated the tank. And that's what we wanted. So thank you for sending this in and demonstrating just what the tank can do, Vishaw. If you want to go check out his channel, he does have a YouTube channel where he posts incredible games almost every single day. He also has a Twitch. Both links to those will be in the description below at the top, well, right after the description. Where you go, oh, hey guys, blah, 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 blah. Then right underneath that will be his. And then underneath that will be the normal stuff. You want to send me replays. You want to find the music I use, the 1.0 music I use. You want to read the first 4 chapters of Delsar, which I haven't been editing at all because now it's actually been given to the editors, so on and so forth. All that stuff is in the link, is in the description. Go check all that out. And I'll be seeing you guys all later. Take care, everybody. Save your money. Don't buy a T-22 medium. And peace out.